Am I kidding? Hi guys, welcome to my channel officially. My first video I wanted to do just kind of a basic tutorial on how I do my face makeup. I didn't do like a lot of emphasis on the eyes or whatever, but that's what most people ask is like how I do my foundation and how I get my skin looking the way it does. So I thought I would start with that, but I'm super excited to get this going. So please subscribe if you're interested in seeing more, or comment below if you have any questions or like suggestions for other videos I should do or you want to see. But if you're interested in seeing how I got this makeup look, then stay tuned. Okay, so I've already washed and moisturized my face, so now we're going to go on to primer. Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Now on to foundation. I'm going to be using my absolute favorite foundation, so a lot of people ask me is which foundation I use. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation, and I use the shade 128 Warm Nude. This stuff is like $7 or $8, and I swear it's better than like every high-end foundation I've used. I'm obsessed. Take that with my finger and spread it evenly. Now that we're looking crazy, I'm going to take my beauty blender and just buff it all out. Make sure you blend it down onto your neck a little bit too, so it's even. You don't want like a harsh line where it's like foundation and then nothing. But I love the coverage of this foundation. It dries down matte, but it's not like, doesn't feel drying. And I just love the finish it leaves. So once that's all buffed out, I'm going to take my Fit Me Maybelline Concealer in the shade Light 10. I'm going to put that under my eyes to try to conceal my bags a little bit. And then I'm also going to take some down the bridge of my nose, my forehead, my chin, and my cupid's bow. And then I'm just going to take that same beauty blender and blend it out. Okay, next I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. It's a little bit of a lighter color just to like highlight under my eyes. This is in Light Sand. This concealer is hands down the best concealer. If you watch any other YouTube videos, I guarantee you'll see it. So I'm just going to put some underneath my eye. It's where I really want to brighten. A little goes a long way with this stuff. I'm going to put like a tiny amount on my nose, a little bit on my forehead. Like that. And then again, blend it out. Alright, now that that is all blended out, I'm going to cream contour. This is also another super affordable product. It's about like $5. It's the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and the shade is Toast. So I use just a very small amount of this because a little also goes a really long way with this stuff. And I do this just to cream contour, so I'll go on the usual spots under my cheekbones, put a little on my forehead, a little on my jaw. And then my favorite brush to use to buff out cream contour is this e.l.f. stippling brush. It's also like $2. It's my favorite brush. And we're just going to go in really lightly and just buff out the contour. You want to try to buff it up as much as possible to like lift your cheekbones. When you're drawing it on, it's important to like not go too low because then it's going to bring your cheekbones down, which is like the opposite of what we're trying to do. Honestly, this brush is out of this world how well it blends out. So once that's all blended in, I like to take the same beauty blender I just used to like buff out my concealer, the highlight. Just kind of go under and like clean it up a little bit, but without like really taking away from the product. And that really helps it all just like blend into your skin and look more natural. Okay, now that that is done, we're gonna go set everything with powder. Laura Mercier translucent powder, the OG. We're gonna go in and make sure we're not creased at all from where we set our concealer before we put the powder down. That includes the eyelids too. And then we're gonna take just a little bit in the lid, pack some on the brush, and set under our eyes. I also make sure to set like my laugh lines or like where I smile, because that tends to crease, and under my nose, like right here, because my makeup tends to fade away in those areas throughout the day. So hit those with some extra powder. And then I'm going to take the same powder but on just a giant like fluffy brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to kind of set the rest of my face in foundation and cream contour. While that powder is setting down, I'm going to quickly do my brows. Lately, I haven't been like going crazy filling in my brows. I usually do more of like a full carved out brow, and I'm doing like a really full eye look, but today I'm just kind of doing a really quick light eyeshadow look. So I'm just going to very quickly, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pomade. This is in taupe, and I'm going to use the coordinating brush, just an angle brush, and sort of just run through my brows, fill them in a little bit where they're sparse, clean up the tail. I think I'm going to do like a detailed brow routine in the future, so let me know if you want to see that. But we're just going to take the Dipbrow and just fill in any holes. And then I take the product that's left on the brush and feather it through the front. But you want to make sure that it's like a gradient. You don't want it to be so thick right up front that it just doesn't look natural, at least on me. So I just lightly come through the front with the angle part of the brush, like that. And then take the spoolie side and comb through the brow so it's nice and even-ish. Fill in the other brow really quickly. No shade to my right brow, but my left brow, it's way better. Just like the shape of it. So now that the brows are more filled in and a little more defined, I'm going to take this brow gel from NYX. It's called Control Freak. It's just a clear gel, and I'm going to run that through my brows. And it kind of gives them a little more of like a realistic look. It makes it look more natural, in my opinion. So just run it through like that. Kind of push the hairs up in the front. Okay. I'm going to take that same powdered fluffy brush and just kind of brush away any excess powder that I had still from the translucent powder we set down. Now I'm going to take a powder bronzer. This is the Hoola by Benefit bronzer. It's like the tiniest one, but this is like the best shade to help really define that contour on just like this angled brush. I'm just going to warm up the spots that we put the cream contour. Help bronze up my face a little bit. Make me look a little more tan. And I like to put a little bit of like what's left over on the brush, just run it down my nose. Because you don't want it to be too, like the rest of your skin is bronze, but then your nose is like white. And now I like to take a little bit more of that translucent powder now that we've done the bronzer. And on a Real Techniques sponge, damp sponge, I just carve it out a little bit more. And it's nice because these have like a flat top. So I just take a little bit of the powder and kind of sharpen the contour. And then do the same on the other side. I'm gonna let that bake for a little bit. I'm gonna quickly do eyes because I'm not gonna go too crazy on the eyes. We already set them with powder. I'm gonna go over with concealer though. I didn't really do this. Usually I conceal my eyelids before I do eyeshadow, just so they can all be one color and the color of the eyeshadow can really pop. It would probably made sense to do this the same time I was doing my under eye, but why make things easy on ourselves? And I'm going to take this tiny little sponge, also from Real Techniques, and buff that out. And then I'm going to take the same powder and set the lids one more time. And then I'm going to go ahead actually and buff away the under bake for my contour because I don't want it to be like too sharp. Okay, so then I'm going to take this eyeshadow palette from Huda Beauty. It's the warm brown. And I'm just going to take on a blending brush the bottom brown shade right here and just blend that all in my crease. It's just going to help give our eye a little definition without really putting too much effort into an eyeshadow look. And just continue to blend it on the lid, in the crease. I kind of like my eyeshadow buffed out a little bit, so I take it out and just do that back and forth. And then once that shade is all blended into your lid, I'm going to take this flat top brush and run the same shade just underneath on my lower lash line. Now I'm going to take just a brown eyeliner, this one's from Sephora, and run that in the lower lash line. And then I'm also going to take that and run it on the upper waterline. And then I'm going to take my one of my favorite mascaras. It's the Better Than Sex by Too Faced, and I'm going to pop that on my lashes. And then I am going to apply some false lashes. You can totally leave this look just with mascara if that's what you're more comfortable with, but I love me some false lashes. So I'm going to take my favorite pair of Huda Beauty lashes in the style Jade, and I'm going to pop those on. Okay, now that the lashes are on and drying, I'm going to take my blush next. Don't ask me why I do my blush and my highlighter after I do my eyes, but I just have always done it that way, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this Baked Blush by Milani. I like it because it has a little bit of a shimmer in it, so it's kind of like a highlight as well. And I'm going to take a little bit of that and just pop it on my cheeks. And now for my favorite part, which is highlighter. I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in Molten Gold. And this highlighter is the best. I'm going to spray my face first, a little bit of Fix Plus to really help the highlighter stick onto the skin. So I'm going to take this by MAC and just spray it all over. Now with this brush from Sephora as well, I'm going to highlight the high points of my cheekbones. Like, literally $10 from Maybelline. This highlighter is no joke. I'm going to take a little bit and also put it on the tip of my nose. Take some and put it on the bridge. And my Cupid's bow. And I like to take my beauty blender and sort of press it into the skin to really help blend it out. And make sure it's not like, there's no like harsh lines. Do you hear that? That is my heater in my room. That's crazy. It's so loud in the middle of the night. I wake up like, I don't even know if you can hear it, but if you can, sorry. Now I'm going to take this little pencil brush, also from Sephora, and pop a little highlighter in my inner corner. And then also on my brow bone. Alright, now that we are highlighted to the max, I'm going to take, where is it? This gloss from Sephora. Perfect Nude is the color. But anyway, I'm just going to go over my lips with this gloss. Okay, and then I'm going to take that Fix Plus again from MAC and set my whole face one more time. Okay, I'm going to go do my hair and change really quick, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is the final look. Finished my hair, got dressed really quick, and yeah, so this is kind of how I like to beat my face on the regular. But for real, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'm really excited to get this going, so please subscribe if you're interested, and I will be back with more videos soon. Bye guys.